I'm Vanessa with VO Handmade, and today I'm going to show you how to tie a pocket fold with twine and a tag. Several people have asked me how to do this in a way that looks like the samples that I send, so I thought I would give you a couple of tips to help you recreate the look. What you're going to need for your supplies are your pocket folds, of course, your invitations and any inserts that you're going to include. Helpful tools are scissors, a ruler, zip dry glue or glue dots or double-sided tape if you're going to mount your invitations inside the pocket folds, and your twine. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put your invitations and RSVPs and any other inserts inside of the pocket folds, like info cards, directions, reception cards, registry, things like that. So take your pocket folds and your invitation and turn your invitation over, and if you're using zip dry glue it looks something like this. And you put a very, very small amount on the back side of your invitation. And I like to run it very close to the edge, maybe about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. You don't need a lot, but this glue works fairly well for mounting your invitation without letting you see the glue through the invitation. I use fairly heavy cardstock for my invitations, but if you're using something lighter, you might want to test the zip dry glue first to make sure that it doesn't bleed through. So once you put a small bead of glue around the outside, you can put a little tiny bit in the middle if you'd like. Cap the glue right away because it dries really quickly. You'll also want to use this in a ventilated space because it's very smelly and it advises you to do that. Mount your invitation inside of the pocket folds. That means just place it down there, run your hand quickly over the spots where you added your glue, and it won't take more than a couple of minutes for this to dry, so you can lay each invitation and pocket fold out, and then in about 5 minutes you can start stacking them up and move on to the next step. It saves time if you can do each step, like mounting the invitations all at one time, cutting the twine all at one time. That'll save you a little bit of time in the end as well. So once you put your items in your pocket folds, you will fold both flaps over, and then you're ready for your twine. You're going to need about 4 feet of twine if you want to recreate the look where the twine is wrapped about 3 times around the pocket folds. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. I like to wrap it around a ruler. So take a bit of twine off of the spool and wrap it around 4 times. And since this is a foot long ruler, you just wrap it around 4 times. And once you've done that, then you know what 4 feet looks like, and you can either continue to wrap it around the ruler and cut at 4 feet, or since you have established a 4-foot length, then you can just use that first string as a guide as well. One other method that I've seen people do is if you've got an arm span that's fairly consistent, you can measure like this. For me it's a little bit tricky because I feel like it's not super accurate, but people that are a little bit taller can do that and have it be pretty consistent. So once you have your 4 feet of string cut, find the midpoint, and you can do that by letting the string hang down, and once the 2 ends are fairly level, grab the midpoint of the twine and your pocket fold that's closed, place the midpoint on the back of the pocket fold, and you'll want to try and keep the middle of the twine in the middle of the pocket fold, just so that the pieces that you're left with are even. And I'm keeping my finger there to hold it. Turn the pocket fold over, wrap the twine. When you wrap it, find about the center point again and twist the twine around each other so it stays level in the middle of the pocket folds. And then we're going to keep the twine fairly close to each other and wrap it around again. Flip the pocket fold over. We're on the back side now. And we're going to wrap the twine around it one more time. Once you wrap the twine, this step is kind of important. For this last wrap, when you're going to wrap it to the front of the pocket folds, keep the twine in the center between the two pieces that you've already wrapped around. So I'm going to pull this twine around the front, and it's this loose piece is staying in the center, and the same with this other side. And then once I've gone to the front of the pocket folds, you can see it's still centered in between those two pieces of twine, and then I'm going to tie a knot. Try and tie the knot in the middle of the pocket fold or slightly towards the top. By tying the knot here, that keeps the twine taut, so that when you add the tag, the twine isn't loosening up, and it keeps a neat appearance. So now that my twine is tied, I'm not going to worry too much if it doesn't look perfect just yet, because it's actually better to adjust it once you have your tag tied. So I'm going to thread the twine through the back of the tag, pull the tag all the way down, and pull the knot through the hole in the tag. This way the tag and the twine lays more flat, and you're less likely to have to add postage at the post office for a thick envelope. Go ahead and tie a very loose tie around the twine. It doesn't need to be a knot because we're going to make a bow. And then make your bow. Don't worry too much on the size, again, because you can adjust it once it's made. You can pull the ends of the string and adjust the bow so that it's tight and it's the right size that you like. At this point, pull the two ends of the twine down. I like to cut it a little bit below the tag, but that's a personal preference, how long you like those ends. And then at this point, you can start to adjust the twine. If you pinch the three pieces of twine right above the tag, you can pull it up so that the tag is centered top to bottom on the pocket folds. Open the twine up with your fingernails. At this point, it's quite tight against the pocket folds, and so it's going to keep the appearance of how you arrange the twine. Some people have asked if the twine slips, and actually it stays pretty well. And I think that has to do with just the grip between the twine and the pocket folds. I like to put the pieces of the ends of the twine behind the tag so that the tag is front and center when someone opens their envelope. And there you have it. You can put the pocket folds inside of your envelope and send it off. Typically the postage for a pocket folds with an invitation and twine and tag and one or two inserts is going to require a additional postage on top of a first class stamp. As of right now, it's 71 cents, but don't quote me on that because it could go up. And because there's added thickness to this envelope, it's a good idea, even though you know it's 71 cents, to take it to the post office, because sometimes they're pickier than other times about the width and these running through their mail system. So just so that you don't end up with a bunch of returned envelopes, it's a good idea. But for budgeting, you can usually budget 71 cents, at least for now. I think that's it, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Or you can email me at vohandmade@gmail.com. You can find me on Etsy at vohandmade.etsy.com or my own website, vohandmade.com. I'm also on Facebook and Pinterest. And you can find some other videos of assembly and other invitation techniques in the links below. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to show you how to wrap the twine around the pocket fold to achieve this look where it's wrapped 3 times around. You find the center point of your string, close your pocket folds, put the center point on the back, wrap it around once. Once you get to the front, you're going to twist the twine around each other so that you can wrap it around the other side. Once it's twisted, flip pocket fold over, twist it once more on the back, and at this point, don't worry too much about the centering of it, but you do want to put the last wrap with the twine directly in the center between those 2 strings that are already wrapped. So centered on the top, centered on the bottom. And then there we go. Once you're on the front, I am going to tie a knot. Just like that. Pull the knot through. There you have it. And you can put it inside of your envelope and mail it off.